survivors! It is time to venture outside and build us a fire because we are deadly thirsty. Our blizzard has finally decided to disappear, and we have some food to cook as well. Let me get my torch out. This one. We need to find a magnifying glass as soon as possible. But might as well use the stick. It's got the highest chance so far. The book probably had a little bit higher chance, but it's okay. I'm okay with using a stick. That's why I used a torch. Book is 80, stick is 80, I believe, as well. Oh, 60. Why don't we use... Oh, all I have is newsprint. Hold up. Ugh, it's gonna be a waste. Oh well, let's just go. I've long on the torch. I should have harvested that stuff first, but oh well. I can always go back to get more. There's really not much else I can do here once I'm done with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm definitely going to warm up and ditch that frostbite risk. We're going to work our way back to the coastal highway. What to add? I guess sticks. Over here and pick up our meat. Close as we can. It's not warm enough to keep us warm yet. This feels like 24. Oof. How long till I can add coal? 17 minutes. Let's boil some water first. Or mill, I should say. Okay, let's add that coal now. That should get the heat output up high enough. Yes. Alright, now I can... Where is it? Boil it, and then drink it. We're making full use of this fire today, we have to. Hence why I have so much coal. Food, we are cooking up all of this rabbit meat. This is going to be our lunch for the next God only knows how long. Then we're gonna boil up some more water because we obviously have to survive. Then I'm figuring out what to drop, and we'll be dropping what gear we don't need to make the run back to Coastal Highway, and pray that Coastal Highway actually has the heavy hammer.
Need something to eat.
Okay, the sun's just straight up. I wondered why the light changed. It's always good to work in increments. You don't ever want to be caught out with your britches down. And I'm going to cook that last cup of herbal tea as well.
I wonder if I can drop it here.
It actually saves weight, I think. Well, no, with the natural teas it saves weight. I don't know if it does with this. And we'll melt this. If we have to add another stick, we have to add another stick. I don't think we will need to, though. That should give us plenty of water. Oh, we can do another run. Melt and boil. Yeah, and I wanted to get full use out of this fire. So now we have plenty of water. Now all I gotta do is figure out what I'm not taking with me. on my journey. Of course I am going to go upstairs and pick up the rabbit pelts. Those are gun books. There's a reason I dropped them. I don't need gun books where I'm going. I do have fresh guts still. I forgot to drop that. We are leaving that behind, unfortunately. I do know I'm making a journey back here, which means I know I'm going to be picking it up. What was I looking for? Oh yeah, what to drop. First, let's drink, get back up on that. So anything redundant that we don't need and can always come back here to find again is what we're dropping. So sewing kits, we're dropping these two. I'm dropping the tools, they weigh a fair amount. I'm dropping the second crowbar. Basically trying to cut excess weight down. I still feel like I need all the torches. I am going to drop a whetstone here. Food isn't that heavy right now. Mainly is in the water. Clothing is a little bit weighty. Fire starting is where it's at right now. Mainly in the books and the sticks, but I'm okay with leaving that up. I don't really feel like there's anything else I can drop except worthless clothes. I am going to leave this here. Really want to use that at some point, but it's currently not any warmer than that. I do need to repair that, but we are going to save that for another trip. I no longer have a buttload of scent bars, so we are taking this fresh rabbit pelt and this fresh rabbit pelt. Do I have any rocks left? Yes. 2 rocks. My goal is not to hunt rabbits right now. My goal is to safely make it to Katie's Corner. Reason for that being is I want that bow. If it's safe to navigate out across the ice, I'm going to do that instead. And it looks like it is safe. Okay. I just want to make sure first before I drop down there without any way back. It actually is relatively warm at only 20 degrees. Then again, I have poor clothes. The reason I want to get this bow is because it's going to be a couple of days before I can actually get kitted out. Before we can actually get there. I would love to actually go to the waterfall and see if the bedroll's there with Scruffy, but I don't want to tangle with Scruffy right now. I'd rather wait until I can get the mag lens and light a torch, or light a... How does that work? Light a fire with the mag lens to light a torch to go inside to light fires to scare Scruffy out. So I can safely get the bedroll and loot the stuff without getting bombarded. I don't know how much of this ice is actually safe ice. I rarely, if ever, travel this way. In fact, I don't think I ever have. But I do know you can skate across the wolves here, because they tend to stay up over that way. Like, you can see that one all the way up over there right now. I need to test to see how far out I can go where it's safe. There's the other one right there. As long as you stay out here, the wolves pretty much don't come after you. And Katie's is right up there. I would love... Didn't I already... No, I haven't checked those boats out. I would love to check those boats out. That's going to wait until we have the mag lens. I basically need the mag lens. There's deer over there if I actually wanted to go hunting for deer. I mean, that would be great, but... Ugh. I don't really know if that's a feasible idea right now. Eventually, I'd love to do some beach combing. You can actually even find, if I recall correctly, the loot tables can spawn an improvised knife over there. It does look like we might get some shenanigan weather. Clouds are starting to move in. It is getting darker, as you can see. Always pay attention to your surroundings. Especially in Loper. Like, if you think I'm being paranoid right now, it's almost worth checking out those crows. Almost. I'm worried about wolves. If you think I'm worried about surroundings now, you have to be. You always have to know what's going on. Considering I don't have a bedroll, I can't be making a stop anywhere where I can't sleep. So basically I have to do is I gotta come up here and check for the bow. Loot whatever may be up here. We just got over a blizzard too, man. The clouds have to roll back in already. I can hear those wolves alright. I pretty much have to get through Crumbling Highway immediately. I mean, regardless of the weather. And keep in mind our last journey through there wasn't very great at all. It was a big resource drain and I don't ever want to do that again. In fact, I can't remember honestly now if bows even spawn in Loper. I was under the impression they did. I may just have to actually make everything myself considering it's not here. I'll have to check the equipment guides again. I will take those steel crackers. If I can, well no, having excess smell on me is a bad idea for heading into Crumbling Highway. I don't have any other risks or concerns at the moment, which is great. Did notice there were some saplings up there, so it would behoove me once I get my hatchet. Actually, I could probably get that with the hacksaw too, can't I? I can't remember now. At this point, I don't want any extra dead weight. Let's replenish our stick supply. I know we just grabbed that log, which is great, but 18 sticks is a 2-hour fire. Oh man, I would love to hunt these rabbits right now. Just to keep my condition up a little bit extra, I am going to eat these 70 calories. Because it's kind of useless weight, it's extra heavy weight on that food. Not entirely necessary. We did already loot the stone church, we already hunted some rabbits up there. There's really nothing left for me to do here until I can get the implements to make my tools. Well, they are up there. The nice thing about Desolation Point is, due to its size, you can easily know where everything is. Pretty straightforward. That's the other mine exit I'm not worried about. Wrong one. I'm worried about further up and over. Can I get over there from here? Probably. It looks a little bit steep to climb though. It might behoove me to pay attention to where I was going. There we go. I honestly can't remember if bows can even spawn on Loper. Oh, I'm gonna have to go around. Dagging at it. Sometimes this game annoys me. Whatever game, I'll do what you ask. I should have known better. I was just enjoying the scenery and everything else far too much. Never a good idea. Look at that waste of time. Oh, and the weather's definitely gonna get bad. The wind's picking up. I'd love some better clothes. Ugh. Once I get the bow, I can hunt wolves actively. Not for food, but for hides. I can... If I ever have the time to waste, I could waste time cooking it just to get my skill up. But I am definitely not in Loper risking intestinal parasites. in, and what is it? Stalker, that's a 10-day regimen to get through intestinal parasites. Loper, it's 20 days. I don't have any antibiotics. I would have to make mad dashes across the region to collect Reshies. Reshi mushrooms to be able to fix me up. That's not a tolerable thought. Especially in the condition we're currently in. As I'm gonna have to spend my entire time in the mine warming up just to a tolerable temperature. Because keep in mind, I may have to actually stop in the basement or the cave, wait out wolves in Crumbling Highway. My lamp doesn't have much oil left either. I do have torches. I ain't gonna use those. I'd rather stumble around in the dark first and use more matches. Until I can loot everything, get all the matches, I'm not gonna be sitting pretty. Especially not till I get that mag lens. Of course I have no antiseptic, which is why I'm getting these old man's beard. I gotta turn them into dressings so I can prevent infections in case I do get nabbed by a wolf. Conditions dropping steadily, however we're nearly to the mine, so I'm not worried. I'm definitely going about this a lot more carefully than I was to begin with. I was far too ambitious earlier, thinking it could be just like Stalker, and I wouldn't have to worry about it. Just want to make sure I'm searched. What was in here? Oh, for firewood. Good to keep in mind. Thought I picked that all the way. Alright. We've got plenty. Plenty of fuel. I am a little overburdened as it is. I don't really want to replenish my coal stocks right now. I'm literally carrying every piece of gear with me that I foresee I'll need because what little bit I left behind for a reason. Because I know I'm going to be coming back, and if I come back, I'm definitely going to be making a trip to the lighthouse. Did I search this guy before? Yes. I'm pretty sure I've checked everywhere in here, but I'm going to check one more time and make sure everything's been had. At least that's easily accessible. There are things that can hide. Looks like we've got it. I know I'm hungry. Warmth's coming up. I almost feel like eating now that we know we're in a warm spot, just to get my condition to go up a little bit for the journey through crumbling. Anything worthwhile down here besides coal? Apparently not. Don't want to use any more oil than I have to. Especially now that I can see. How did I miss these matches the first time through? I'm so glad I double checked that. Like, holy cow. That's the greatest find I've ever found. 31 matches in that sucker. Dude! So I've got 22 across there. That makes 44 with that. Plus the 30. So that's 75 matches. That's 75 fires I can start. I am going to eat. What to eat though? Let's eat this. And we are going to pass the time for just an hour, just so I can warm up. And drink. I hate to waste time like that. That's not my favorite thing to do, but I need to be warm for this journey because we do have a fair amount of ground to cover and a relatively short amount of time to cover it in. While dodging wolves. I do have a nicely small piece of meat to drop as a decoy now. It's great. There's no real good path through Crumbling Highway. I don't know how many times you guys may have traversed it or not, but there legitimately is no perfect path through here where you can avoid wolves. Without fail, that is. You can oftentimes find a decent path through without catching a wolf, but it's not easy. I don't really want to crouch through here either because while that might make me less spottable, it also reduces my sight lines and means I have to go through here slower than I already am. And I can stay out here a fair amount of time. This is where it gets dangerous. And where I might even be willing to crouch to avoid making sounds. I need to get in that car because there's potential for matches. The basement's right here. Alright. I hope there's some clothing in here of any kind, preferably gloves, but I'll take anything. This is a good place to stop if you have a bedroll, which of course we don't. Occasionally be something behind the water heater. Oh, a jerry can.
This'll come in handy.
I will refuel my lantern while here. And then drop that thing because it weighs so much. It's a good find. Alright, gloves. Gloves? Oh. It was worth a shot. I don't think there's anything else down here for me at the time. That car outside has matches, most likely. I don't remember if it's static or a guaranteed spawn. Always crouch before exiting here. And listen. There is a tree right there I can climb up to avoid a wolf or just sprint back. Checks out so far. Anything in here? There's a note up front. I'd prefer if it was gloves. Take it. Gloves. Oh. Way to ruin my day. There'll still be a wolf lurking around here, so I do need to be careful. Matches? Wait, did I check the dashboard on that car? There's supposed to be matches in it. Okay, there's not. That must be a static spawn. Or else I read wrong. Or else there's another car in here somewhere. I did check that truck out and it wasn't in there.
I will die if I don't get food soon.
Okay, the path forward looks clear. You have to pick the right route to take at the right time, which is impossible now. Because the wolves, you can either take the ice out and around under the arch, or you can take the back way alongside the caves, which I did. I prefer that way because there's really no shelter back the other way. But there is both the basement and the cave. You can light a fire in the cave. There's already a campfire there, so you can just pull your torch out and start lighting the fire to scare the wolf out if he comes after you. Or there's the basement to duck into. Of course, having no bedroll makes this whole process 1,000 times more difficult than I need it to be. And I wish I had found a heavy hammer first. I didn't know DP, so I don't know, lackluster when it comes to supplying tools. I do need a heavy hammer to do something. Okay, we're going to be fighting hypothermia to make it back to town. The question is, go for town or misanthropes? And I'm voting misanthropes. It's going to depend on what I can do. I do have another emergency stim that I really don't want to use. But I know if I go out along the ice here, the likelihood of me running into a wolf is low. Oh wow, that lagged real quick. I can also scout from here. I don't know how far out on the ice I can go here, but a fair bit. And I can spot wolves from here and decide a course of action from there, and then jog right up onto misanthropes. And I'm relatively tired, so a wolf encounter would be lethal at this point. How far out can I go? Far enough to see around the rocks, which is all I'm desiring at this point. Because none of those coastal houses are whatever, they're all burnt down right now. Stars are coming out. I don't see any wolves, but that doesn't mean anything. I guarantee there's gotta be one up there. The only dangerous thing about coming up on this side of misanthropes is the potential for there to be a bear.
It's dusk, so night can't be far behind.
And that's not a pleasant thought. Provided bear doesn't smell us, or we spook it, we should be able to get up on misanthropes without it seeing us. They're just gonna have to depend on what I can hear. Oh, I got frostbite risk. I thought it was weak ice for a second. I see saplings over there too, that's a good sign. We hear bear crows, he might be sleeping. I really hate coming up on misanthropes from this direction. Your sightline's limited, there can be a wolf, and there's oftentimes the bear. I don't hear any bear sounds. Bears are typically very loud. Right above his cave. Oh, we're gonna have a roar tonight. Look at that wolf. See how he's green already? Shit. That's a bear. This ain't gonna be worth nothing. Thought that was a wolf, but we're done. I should have taken my clothes off. We're screwed. Why couldn't I hear him? I hope I have a bandage on me. Alright, let me up, pal. Can I get a bandage applied in time? Because blood loss is going to kill me before anything else. Bandage applied. Yes, we are going to have to use a stim. Oh, it's too late. Ah, we're dead. Rip. Rip in pieces. This is why I hate coming up the backside of misanthropes. Well, we had a good run. 5 days survived. Ugh. All time is skewed. Because these stats are only from the save since the save wipe. My all-time high is nearly 200. It was like 194 or something in Stalker. I don't know why it's actually got my Voyager time and Pilgrim time. Yeah, look at that average calories per day. On that original Stalker one I did Actually, that looks skewed as heck right now, actually. Had 16 wolf close encounters. How did I survive too? I died the second. Well, that was Interloper. I guess we're gonna shoot for round 2. Wow. I'm surprised. How many days did I make it? 5 days. 5 days. I'm actually surprised I made it that long, to be brutally honest. My skills didn't hit anything. Wow. Alrighty, well, that was that. I wish I could have heard that bear, man. I didn't hear it. I should have been able to. It would have been cool, too, to see the aurora for the first time at night. An interloper. Oh, well. Well, this has been Exercises in Futility. What goes around, comes around. This has been Lonelywolf. Until next time.